Hi Anne, this is Project 5, the final project for Fashion 320 Textiles. This is the project on finishes, dyes, and prints. And this was a lot of fun for me. I had a challenge on a couple of these, but you'll see what happened. I'm going to start off with the aesthetic finish. My product here is a scarf that a girlfriend brought me from Paris. I don't have a inside because it is two layers here, it's lined. But the aesthetic finish I'm showing here is an embossed finish, giving it the crinkly effect, giving it taking a 2D dimension to 3D. And in this case, it is viscous, and it is a viscous velvet. And that effect of embossing, I got a little thrown. I was thinking it was plissé, but it's clearly not, because these are very irregular, and the plissé embossing seems to have more regularity, more even parallel lines, and this doesn't. So it's heat embossed, melted basically into position. It gives extra luster to the velvets, because when you think of velvet, just flat velvet, you have to hold that. You can kind of see that up here. If you hold it in one direction to get the real lustrous finish on it, but when you have crinkles in it, you get luster in a lot more directions because of all the angles going on. As far as like if it does anything functionally to the fabric, I believe it gives it just a little extra stretch, not much, but once you pull those wrinkles out, there's a little more volume there, more surface on the fabric. I personally love this effect because it's just kind of an over-the-top scarf anyway, with the double set of also embossed pleats there. They're sewn in and embossed, which is kind of interesting, but it just makes it very luxurious. There's a depth to it, there's a richness to it. I just absolutely love this. I don't get a lot of opportunities to wear it because it's kind of a summery color, but it's a warm scarf, so I always try to get it out every season though. So that was that was the aesthetic finish. My second one, now this one threw me. Also, this one threw me even more than the first one. This one I was going to go, I'm going to do tie-dye. I have this great tie-dye dress. I got this dress from Walmart. I got it in two colors. I got this dark navy and this one. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do tie-dye. That'll be great. Now what's interesting about this, I would call this a double weave, because it's actually, if you look on the other side, it's another color, like it didn't go all the way through, but it is actually another layer that if you can kind of pull them apart, but they are stuck together. It's not like a lining, so somehow they are woven together. That's why you're not seeing that clearly. This inside layer is I don't know what part of the process it went in, but this is not tie-dyed like I thought it was. I started to question it. First of all, it's Walmart, so that's kind of expensive for Walmart, and I don't know where they would have it done. But then I just started looking at the pattern to see if I could see really detailed repetition of the pattern. Yeah, there would be pattern in tie-dye, but if you start seeing the exact same edgy, I don't know if I can show you exactly, but I did start to see it, that it was exactly repeated. Then I realized this is not tie-dye. This is a print. So I had to find something else. So that was a reject. So what I went on to was another gift from another friend. This is a batik sarong from Indonesia. That's one side. This is the other side. I kind of like how it is slightly different on the two sides, overall tone-wise. I don't know if that picks up. There are clear, it's cotton, and there are clear indications that this is real batik. One is the cracks in the print and occasional drips, and there's a drip right there. So I love this. It is a direct dye. I believe it is. It may wash out. I always wash this on cold. I don't put it in the dryer, so I'm careful with that. As far as the scarf goes, I spot wash that. I've never tried to wash that. I don't know if that embossing would come out. I don't want to risk it, but I don't think so. This batik often has more than one color. As you can see, this has 3 different colors: yellow, orange, and brown. I mean yellow, green, and brown. Sorry. It's used, the wax comes, or the cracks come from using wax to make that design, that motif. And the colors will last if they do the correct kind of dyeing. And I find it incredibly comfortable in the summer. It's nice and cool. I love the colors and the busy design. And that was the dyed example in the batik dyeing process. My last example is printed textile, and I chose one of my favorite garments. This is my SpongeBob t-shirt from Walmart. This is polyester and rayon, 65% polyester, 35% rayon. I think the rayon makes it a little more comfortable. The reason I picked this, because I like graphic tees, but I also liked this grading effect, that there's a lot of pigment up here, and then as it gets down, it kind of fades out to like just a pencil drawing. But it's interesting to see where the dye starts to thin out so the shirt shows through more. I thought that was kind of a cool process. This is, let me show you the underside. As you can see, it doesn't go through to the back, the technical back at all. It's really just laying on top of the technical front. And some of the characteristics about this is that it feels like almost like it's just a sticker stuck on top of the fabric, which kind of it is, but applied by heat and not just a regular sticker, because you can wash this. And I wash this, I wash this in gentle, and I hang dry it because I don't know what'll happen to it. One of the distinctions of the heat transfer is very sharp detail, which this is a really good example of that. Sharp edges. Other than the intentional faded motif there, you're really going to get a real sharp design of what you print on a shirt. It is quick and it's cheap, and I just think they're fun. Think that was it. Let me make sure I've got all my details. I think I did. I did want to throw one more in because I thought this one was fascinating. This is a functional finish that I got this washcloth from Trader Joe's in a set of 2. It's just cotton. Actually, I think there's a little rayon in it. I think I remember, and it kind of feels like this. But it has been infused with charcoal. And I think that's because charcoal has antibacterial properties. I've just seen it. I think there was kind of a fad for a while that it going through. It has, I washed this well. I run it through the washing machine. I hang dry it though because I don't want it to completely fall apart. I don't know if it will. It doesn't feel real strong. But the charcoal has diminished. It was much darker when I bought it, so it must be washing out a bit. But I thought this was an interesting textile that they've infused a mineral in there. We did read some of those. So anyway, I think that was it for this Project 5. And I just want to say, and this was an incredibly challenging course for me, but I made it through, and because you're an excellent organized teacher, and I'm finishing this semester with 2 certificates, which was my goal when I started in 2018. COVID aside, I dragged it out a little bit, but I just want to thank you because you are such a great teacher. You're an inspiration, and you have just got this down, and I love you for it. So thank you for a great semester and a couple of several semesters, and I've got 2 certificates to show for it. So thank you so much.